Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my Soda Dungeon videos. In this video I just wanted to really talk a little bit about the farming options with the area of effect classes in the game, because they have really helped me crush it like crazy. So the first one of those you get is the Conjurer. It's a mage-like class that has area of effect lightning strikes that can damage everyone on the board. So that's not really the only way you can use this Conjurer to do some nasty stuff. So let's look into what I have here really. So I've equipped my Conjurers with a magic wand, 35% boost to magic attacks, additional 20 attack points and 20 mana points. That makes them a bit stronger, and it allows them to use their abilities more often, or for a longer time anyway. So next up we have here the Fire Gem. The Fire Gem is like one of the first items you get, and you can use it one time per battle, per fight, for each character that has it, for each Fire Gem they have. And it deals 10 damage to every opponent on the board as well, so that is like additional area of effect that costs no mana, that can be used every turn. That is pretty cool, very strong starting item in this game. Then I have the Dark Gem, and the Dark Gem is like a debuff. It is an area of effect thing, just like the Fire Gem, only instead of damaging, it makes it more likely the opponents will miss you the next time they try to attack you. So that is some pretty cool stuff. And what makes like the Conjurer super interesting in terms of these items is that they have 2 slots for items. Most of the others just have 1. So I have been playing mostly an auto attack. Been spending most of my time really on my university papers, but if you want to be solo grinding this, you can add in the magic bottle and use that to restore your mana points as you battle, so that your Conjurers don't really run low on mana. That's a pretty cool feature. Other stuff you can add in, the magic lamp, also a pretty early item, 15% damage boost. Yeah, I like that. So what have I equipped them with here? Demon armor. As you guys can see, I have crazy good stuff. I'm at like, I don't know, 500 and something. But I wanted to just, now that I've played the game a bit, step back and talk a little about how I started farming to be able to go high in the first dimension here. So the Demon Armor is a pretty cool item. It gives you a lot of health. It decreases your mana points, so that's a bad thing of course for the Conjurers, but it gives you a huge amount of life. So yeah, it's survivability really, and yeah, I like that. So that is a very cool armor to use. The Demon Shield, it kind of waits up for the lost mana in the Demon Armor, because it gives you 20 mana points and takes some of your attack points, and it gives you 40 health. So that is also very nice to combine it with. Oh yes, it is. So that is like the setup. So let's just go to level 1 here, and 41, and just see how like crazy pants these Conjurers are. Notice the ambush. Ambush is really annoying. The Knight is what you want. If you have the Knight, you cannot get ambushed. So let me just pause that for a moment while I move over here. That is where I wanted to be, but when I was talking about the items I really didn't, so I guess I can move this up here. Just give some kudos to the amazing people that provide free music for us to use. So like that. So right now we're doing single minions, and that is the only real threat to this setup here, is when you have 1 or even worse 2 single minions that are crazy strong. It's pretty much the only thing that will like ruin the auto attack on these, because even though they deal more damage with their area attack, they will choose to go in and deal single damage attack if there is just 1 or 2 minions. If you play it manually, you can do it a lot more efficient, but yeah, like I said, I have been doing this mostly passively while I have been working on my university stuff, so not really that much nitty-gritty editing in it, but this combo here, very cool. You can get a lot of these items pretty early game. Of course not a full set like I have here, but enough to get you started. The important thing is go for survivability, more mana, more damage, and then you can start farming like crazy. And you can build up the items for like the next range of area farming that is pretty nasty. The blurry thing there was the dark gem, that this stuff here confuses them so that they are very likely to miss you on the next attack. Just going grind crazy here. They're just dropping all their goodies. See here, when they go melee, they're doing no damage, but it's okay. They don't do it that often really. So it's just farming money, farming money, farming money. I think this works like a charm up to about level 90. And you're gonna see why, but it's really about what I said. Single very strong minions, then this build has no chance whatsoever. But what happens is, or what I found out, is that when you farm up to level 90, you will be able to farm the items that you want to use with the healer or with the knight to farm up to level 250 going area style as well. So that has been pretty cool. I thought it was really fun to do, just feeling crazy overpowered really. So we're closing in on 90 here, and it's boss time, and it's one really nasty boss, and this setup here just can't deal with it because we don't have the healing for it, which is part of the idea. The healer at this point, you don't necessarily have that unlocked, but yeah, I do now, but I wouldn't put it in because the Conjurer is one of the very early things you get to add in the game. So yeah, this is just really showing how you can grind like crazy by using those up to at least level 90. And yeah, I like that. I really do like that. Okay, let's just lose it. Like that. So, starting at 41 gives you about 8,500. As you can see here, I actually got the demon armor here and the demon shield. Those are the items they have on, so that pretty well shows that the items I'm using are items you can also farm in this range. So if you get one, it's gonna be easier the next time around. You can just really scoop it around like that. So let us look at the next cool stuff here. Alright guys, so next up here is the healer, and the healer is like, for me it was the turning point of the game, because instead of being forced to use the tiny healing life stones that give you 30 health, you now have a dedicated healer that can support the entire group, and it will just allow you to go crazy pants in the game. But the healer is not a bad standalone character. Once again here I have made a group with items that I've been farming. I think this is from the 70 up range with like just random groups. But I've been experimenting with trying to make a very good area of effect setup based on items farmable in that area, and this is what I came up with. Healers, yeah, exactly. And they're gonna take you to about 250 really, so let's have a look at the healer, shall we? Armor. Of course I had to give my healer the angelic mail. So why did I do that? It has good health, additional mana, and it regenerates 5 hit points per turn. Isn't that a waste when you're playing the healer? No, it's not. And I'm gonna explain why in just a moment. So, moving on to the other equipment here. Kelvium, the best weapon I've been able to find on this side of like level 250 or something like that. It has damage reduction, it has damage reflection, and a critical chance. It does nothing for your mana, nothing for your life, but it's pretty cool. And it was found in this range of the dungeon, and that is why I'm using it here. So, coming up next here, Meaty Shield. Yeah, again, damage reduction and 7 hit point regeneration per turn. So we're up to getting 12 hit points per turn now on our healers, which is pretty cool. Next up here is the Holy Cannon. This is the upgraded fire gem. It damages an entire group and it's crazy pants. And it drops in the same item range really, what has been doing that for me as the other items here. So with that said and done guys, why healer? Oh yeah, I forgot. Demon shield. Health, less attack points, more mana. Because I only had really 4 meat shields, so yeah. Why healing items on healers? Well, pretty much because 12 hit points per turn is so much healing. It is going to make sure that in most cases the healers don't even need to spend their mana on healing. So only if we take a huge, like a massive beating, we're gonna have to use the mana. If it's just like small stakes stuff, we won't be wasting our mana on it really. So that is pretty cool. We only use mana if we go low enough, meaning that we have mana to go for a crazy long time, and that is very cool. Also, if we're put into sleep or something like that in the game, we can pretty much just trailblaze through it, and that is pretty cool. As you can see, 142, 154, they're not getting healed, they're not damaged enough, so they're just slowly regaining their health. The cool stuff you see, that's the Holy Cannon, and it really rocks. It is pretty crazy amazing. They're just going area of effect crazy pants. So level 100 boss here, and this is a pretty interesting thing to show because because of the loot really is why I think it's interesting for me to show you guys. Boom. Yeah, that was the knife, the weapon that these dudes are using. Just really to show you guys, it is the loot that you can get in this range of battling really. And these dudes, they can just go on forever. Well, I think at least until around 250. So instead of showing you guys the next 150 levels I played with them today, I'm just gonna be scooping into a bit of a pause here so that we can move to that point. Alright guys, so scooped forward in time a bit here. As you can see, level 224, and these healers are still kicking. They do have quite a bit of mana yet because I did run into a fountain at some point, but they have been keeping their mana pretty nicely going. So running in once again to like a single pretty strong boss, but they work through it pretty nicely. What actually ending up being what kills this group is the fact that level 250-ish monsters have so much health that the 75 points of damage that we're dealing to them on an area basis, it's not enough. They don't die right away, meaning that they start getting more and more punches in, and yeah, then it's pretty much game over. But you need to remember, this is something you can farm 250 levels with. It's not something that you can just do for like a tiny bit of time. You can farm money and items like crazy with these healers. I think the most important item you want to have is the cannon. I made this setup because I felt it worked out really nicely, and I could have the farming running passively while I've been doing my university papers. So it has been a pretty stable thing for me, so I just wanted to show it to you guys, and yeah, if you know even cooler things, then please do share back. But for me, this has been working out like crazy cool, and as you can see, I started playing yesterday, right? So it's not like these items are that rare when I can get them for my entire team in one day. So that's worth really remembering. It's very doable to get a hold of these items here. So level 250, first healer takes a bite. and then it's pretty much downwards from here. It has a huge impact on the game when you miss 1 out of 5 of your like heroes, because you have the initiative in most cases, meaning that you get to deal all the damage first or heal up before the opponents can act. So it's a pretty huge deal, and I think if I had been like micromanaging this, it would probably have been something I could have worked my way through. But that was really not like the purpose of this team. It's more to show this is a pretty stable farming team. If you have items in this range and you want items in this range, then for me this was pretty much as far as I could push it without going with the crazy pants characters and items that come a lot later in the game. And this will, I mean, if you can get these items, you can pretty much jump from level 80 to 250 in one go. Also worth thinking about, really. So yeah, this was the loot for this session here. 100,000. The Calvium sword, demon horn, also very nice. Ninja suits and other cool stuff. So guys, that was pretty much what I had in mind for this video, just showcasing a little bit of my area farming stuff that I've been using today. As always guys, thank you very much for watching.